Title: Shadows Beyond the Stars. The Vrothian scout ship shimmered into normal space, light years away from the terrible presence of the human warship, Indomitable. High Captain Zalvorth had braced himself for the relief of survival, but the feeling never came. Instead, a cold weight settled over his chest like a chain of frozen steel. He sat in the command chair, claws twitching against the metal armrest, staring at the swirling cosmos beyond the viewport. "Send an encrypted transmission to High Command," he said quietly. The communications officer turned, his voice hesitant. "Captain, what do we tell them?" Zalvorth's voice was firm. "The truth. The humans are not what we thought they were." The message was sent swiftly, disappearing into the vast dark between stars. But even with the knowledge delivered, unease lingered on the bridge. Zalvorth's crew cast wary glances at the sensor displays, half expecting the Indomitable to materialize behind them again. He couldn't blame them. The Vrothians had embarked on what should have been a simple reconnaissance mission. The Galactic Union had categorized humanity as minor, a civilization of brute strength but little strategy. The mission was meant to confirm that view. It had not. Humanity was something else entirely. Hours later, a response came from High Command. "You are ordered to report to the War Council immediately. Cease all further missions. The humans must be reevaluated." Zalvorth's breath caught. The War Council? Convened only for existential threats. The last time had been during the Ulthar Hive War, when parasitic swarms had devoured entire sectors. Now, humans were placed in the same category. "Prepare for another jump," he said. "We return to Zal Toroth." The Vrothian capital world, Zal Toroth, gleamed like a blade under twin suns. The War Council's fortress loomed over the horizon, obsidian spires etched with runes of war and ancient conquest. Zalvorth disembarked amid the ceremony due his rank, but he paid it no mind. Fear drove him forward. The council chamber was vast and foreboding. 13 warlords encircled the central war table, and at their head sat Grand Warlord Torval, his armor scarred by centuries of warfare. "You have seen something," Torval growled. "Speak." Zalvorth activated a holoprojector. The image of the Indomitable shimmered to life, a warship of terrifying design. "This is a single human vessel," Zalvorth said. "Its armor absorbs energy attacks. Its kinetic weapons bypass shields. Its boarding systems can neutralize enemy ships without destroying them." There was a murmur of disbelief. Torval leaned forward. "You claim it rivals our dreadnoughts? I claim it surpasses them." The chamber fell into shocked silence. Then Warlord Vectar sneered. "Humans are primitive, aggressive, yes, but undisciplined. How could they achieve? Then they let us go. Not out of mercy, but out of confidence." Torval's gaze darkened. "They showed restraint. That is the true danger." Zalvorth nodded. "They are not just strong. They are waiting, preparing." For the first time, the War Council ended in silence. No orders for mobilization, no plans for war, because they had found an enemy they did not understand. Days later, in his private chamber aboard the dreadnought Sovereign Wrath, Zalvorth pored through intelligence files on humanity. Something felt wrong. Their technological evolution over the past decades had been abnormally fast. They had ceased expansion, focusing instead on fortifying colonies and mass-producing warships. Why build such strength and not use it? His console pinged with a classified transmission. Zalvorth opened the file and his blood chilled. Deep space scans from unexplored regions far beyond human borders. Wreckage. Ancient. Alien. Gigantic vessels torn apart by unimaginable force. And among the debris, faint energy signatures. Something was still out there. Humanity already knew. He realized then, the Indomitable wasn't built to fight the Vrothians or the Union. It was built to fight them. Zalvorth made a decision. He would speak with the humans. Deep in human space, Captain Elias Grant stood aboard the Indomitable, reviewing the sensor data from Zalvorth's ship. His officers murmured uneasily. "Why did we let them go?" one asked. Grant didn't answer. He was watching the stars. Let them wonder, he said. They'll find out soon enough. When Zalvorth's vessel entered human territory unarmed, Grant ordered a secure channel opened. The Vrothian's face appeared on screen, tension evident in his eyes. "Captain Grant," Zalvorth said, "we need to talk. I have seen the wreckage. I know what you're preparing for." Silence fell on the Indomitable's bridge. Grant exhaled. "You want answers? Fine, but once I tell you, there's no turning back." Zalvorth nodded. "I understand." Grant deactivated the external feed and motioned Zalvorth to join him in the war room. Encrypted files flickered to life between them. 80 years ago, we detected anomalies near the edges of space, Grant began. Ships went missing. We found wreckage. Damage not from weapons, not conventional ones. He showed footage. Ships torn apart. Teams screaming. Twisted alien structures drifting through the void. "We call them the Erebus," Grant said, "and we don't know what they are." Zalvorth watched the recordings in silence. The Erebus ships were organic and metallic, immense and malevolent. One video showed a massive creature unfolding from a derelict. Human ships attacked and were annihilated. "We barely escaped," Grant said. "Since then, we've been building, preparing. Not to conquer, to survive." Zalvorth clenched his fists. "You should have told the Union." Grant shook his head. "They wouldn't have believed us. Or they
Zalvorth could not deny it.
The Union was slow, bloated. "So you fortified," he whispered. Grant nodded. "Every ship, every colony. Because we don't know when the Erebus will strike, only that they will." Zalvorth stood slowly. The galaxy was not as he believed. Humanity had seen the darkness and forged themselves into a weapon not to dominate, but to endure. "What now?" he asked. Grant looked him in the eye. "Now you decide. Will the galaxy stand together or fall alone?"